It has been exactly 1 year, or just about, since I started playing Raid Shadow Legends on this account. And now it is time to quit. I'm just kidding, goddammit. It's time for an account overview, man, to talk about how far we've gotten in our first year of Raid Shadow Legends, dude. I think we've done pretty gosh darn good with this account. Given this is my first account ever, we got off to a slow start. I had a hell of a lot to learn, but I'm proud of where we are, boys. We're going to be revisiting some of our most epic ever shard pulls in this video, right? Some flashbacks and clips from older videos that you definitely do not want to miss. We're going to be talking about some champions that I fused in 2024 or over the past 12 months that made a massive impact on my account. We're going to be talking about the biggest damage dealer, right? The hardest hitting champion on my account, and it's not Thor. And of course, we're also going to be focusing on, well, what I'm focusing on next in my raid adventure. First off, my first ever legendary champion I got on my account. I'd be very impressed if anybody knows this already and has been watching the channel for all of this time when we first started out. My first ever legendary, not counting Rathalos, who was the login reward champion at the time. Rathalos doesn't count, right? It was like 7-day login reward. The first ever legendary I earned on this account, let's put it that way, was bloody Archer Queen, man. Oh my god. One of the best legendaries in the game, and I had no idea at the time I got my hands on her, right? I just didn't know enough about the game. I saw that people were like very hyped about Archer Queen. I was like, okay, well, I mean, she seems pretty good. Dude, I got Archer Queen by winning a tournament. Look at this. Oh my god, man. Dude, check this out, dude. I was literally account level 41 back when I was shooting this video. It was a champion training tournament, and look at the points. Like, barely anybody even tried to win, and I just got Archer Queen. This is it, man. This is what it's all about. We blasted so hard in this goddamn tournament for this claim all. Let's do it. Oh, global. Dude, little did I know right now, man. We blasted so hard in this tournament. I thought like 12,000 points was like unbelievable. I thought that was so much, man. I was so hyped. I was so proud of myself, you know. Now, if we go into the current champion training tournament that my main account is in, and this is just for the Cheshire Cat Perfect Soul. What are we looking at here, man? Oh, God. Just for the Perfect Soul, people dropping like 30k points. There's still a day and a half left in this tournament, you know, but here's me back in the past, you know, oh, 12,000 points, man. I've gone so hard in this tournament, man. There you have it, man. Good old Archer Queen, blessed from the past, and yeah, I still use this champ all the time to this day, obviously. You know, she's an absolute Hydra goddess, and so there you go. Before we get to the god tier shard pulls, if that blast from the past got you all nostalgic to create a new raid account, then why not do so using my beginner promo link right now, man. Click on the link at the top of the video description box and use it to create a new raid account, and you're going to get an incredible start with a free legendary in the form of Karato Fox Hunter, as well as 3 additional epic champs as you level up your account, man. Unbelievable start to your new raid journey in 2025. Let's get back to the account review, man. So epic shard pull number 1, I think we'll go ahead and touch on a couple. It's got to be Warmaster Authorian. This guy is an absolute monster, of course, into Hydra, man, with a double hitter A2, attack all enemies, places block buffs, decrease attack, and damages based on enemy max HP. So just absolutely crazy damage numbers coming out of Warmaster Authorian, as well as just a ridiculous amount of utility as well. And dude, look at his gloves, man. Oh my god. Like, I know we could be doing a little better than crit damage items on the Warmaster at this stage, and ideally it would be like Cruel or something with a little bit of ignore defense, that kind of deal. But you know, still, I'm pretty pleased with how those ones rolled out. This guy's an utter monster. Now, for context, when I was pulling my sacred shards to get my hands on this guy, I'm sitting on like 11 shards right now. I was sitting on like 40 sacred shards. I just hadn't pulled them in forever. I was like, screw it. There's a progressive chance to get my hands on Warmaster Authorian, man. So I go ahead and I click him in, and it was like a 15x, you know, so I put him in there, and I'm pulling for a summon rush anyway. I pulled like 19, 20 sacred shards during that summon rush, and I had 1 pull left to unlock the final reward for the summon rush event. Here is that final pull. And I don't know why I'm building suspense over all this. You guys know what's coming, right? But it's still just nuts. It's gonna be good old Terror Beast, and by good old Terror Beast, I mean, get it off my screen. It's
I'm wearing the same hoodie.
Hideous. And a final pull, like, oh my god, we actually hit the oh my god! Oh, what? Dude, indeed. Whoa, What the hell happened to my lights, man? Lights flickering in the room and everything. Dude, even my electronics in the room right now in present day are reacting to the awesomosity of this Wallmaster Arthurian pull on the final Sacred Shard, man. Just absolutely ridiculous stuff. Now, to be honest, we've had like a bunch of just really crazy good pulls on this account. I mean, I've got 2 mythicals sitting here after playing the games for 12 months, and so I got very, very lucky during that session as well. But the other pull that I've got to go ahead and spotlight, we actually recently pulled Cheshire Cat as well, who I leveled up his masteries a little bit, then kind of switched focus a little bit, but I'll be getting back to good old Cheshire. We got super, super lucky with that pull too, but another pull that popped out of the blue that was just crazy as hell for the way that it happened. It was just a random free Prism Shard pull. Good old Volcanos, man. This is how that one went down. Man, it's kind of weird having like 2 me's on the screen, but screw it. We've only got 2 pulls here, completely free ones. Let's see what we grab, man. A legendary here would be, oh my god! Oh! Oi, 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 boys! Oh my god! Dude. Holy crap, dude, BB is never gonna believe this, man. Dude. That's just the nuttiest crap in the world, and it felt so good because it was just 1 pull off of a free prism. Yeah, you can't really get much better than that, man. So I think that those 3 champs and the way that I got my hands on these few champions, right? The Archer Queen and the Wallmaster and blah, blah, blah. Those are like the 3 standout highlights for me when I think of like just lucky or hype moments where I was like, wow, I've really just changed my account there. To be honest, one of the damage dealers that's made the biggest impact on my account, just period, and for eviscerating wave content and just trivializing wave content has got to be Thor. His double AoE skills, his ability to break through unkillable and block damage, his decreased speed as well, which is on his A3, decreased speed debuff, and then his passive with like extra attack trigger that also then has a very, very high chance to stun enemies too. Just unbelievable stuff. It just makes like hard mode Doom Tower waves an absolute joke as long as Thor is in the team. I did a recent takeover actually, someone else's account, recommending he just build up the Thor purely to make wave content the easiest, you know, it could ever be in the likes of Doom Tower, which he was struggling with. But when it comes to damage dealers on the account and hard hitting damage dealers, dude, can just anything outperform He-Man on this account when it comes to just an out and out nuker? You know, big numbers fill up the screen? I don't think so. And it's funny because I don't really use him in many places. And by that I mean I use him in like Tag Arena as like one of my just chief nukers for just blowing up the enemy team, and that's it. And I don't really think too much about it. But the way that He-Man's kit works, to build him out with, he buffs himself up rather with Strengthen. He gets increased attack and HP by 5% for each buff placed on this champ, stacking up to 50%. And then on his A3, which is an attack all enemies, damage inflicted by this skill increases by 10% for each buff placed on this champ before this skill is used, stacking up to 500%. I mean, He-Man is absolutely ridiculous. Do I have any further tokens to spend in Tag Arena? I actually don't. I'm going to go ahead and just like burn a refill, I suppose, and we'll just throw him up against like the weak looking, I guess, team number 3 over here. Oi, 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 and here we go. And I've got him on a team with Glycad as well as an increased speed buffer in the form of, I forget this gal's name now, god damn it. But either way, it's just a team built to just stack as many buffs as possible onto the He-Man. He also self-buffs with Strengthen, of course, as you can see. Decreased defense comes in from the Ugo, and then it is time for He-Man to come in and just slow motion mode this. Dude, the guy does hits like an absolute train, man. That's without a weaken on the team as well. Yeah, He-Man is just a gosh darn. I mean, I've got him built out as well in some of like the best hard-hitting gear that I can put together on the account. He's sitting at like 310% crit damage. His crit rate is looking pretty damn saucy. His gloves are just absolutely the juice. So even though I don't use him in many places, I want to mention him in this video as the hardest hitter champ because he's just a hell of a lot of fun to build out. Next up, we have the best fusion champions that I've fused so far on this account, what kind of impact that they've had on the account. I tell you what, one that absolutely took me by surprise a little bit was good old, I think it took everybody by surprise, was Estrid Dreamsong, and this is just the power of just a very, very strong support champion on your account, which by the way is, I think that there's quite a few people underestimating the upcoming fusion of this February. Any kind of champion that can increase speed, manipulate turn meter, and then bring powerful debuffs, which in Estrid's case is decrease speed and weaken debuff, is just generally going to be pretty incredible. I think Estrid is immense. She's easily one of the most used champions on my account still to this day. Use her in Hydra all the time. Use her in Arena with this 28% Arena Battle Aura for increased speed. Just amazing stuff. Honestly, even the sleep on her A1 is kind of nuts. It's a 100% land rate sleep as long as the enemy is under decreased speed and weaken, which you just bring in her own kit as well. And so she's just fantastic as a arena option. But yeah, unbelievable in basically all PvE scenarios as well. I think the crown, though, has really got to go to Vaultkeeper Wixwell, who single-handedly unlocked and allowed me to one-key Ultra Nightmare Clan boss, like, what was it, like 5 or 6 months into the game? Just an absolute, like, paradigm shifter of raid. And probably the reason that Plarium are not going to allow the community to design their legendary champions anymore. Okay, it's probably just not going to happen. Wixwell was, of course, a community-developed champ where everybody was like voting on his skills and blah 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 and stuff like that, you know. Wixwell came out, completely broke Hydra with like billion damage Yannicka Wixwell Hydra teams, so they had to go in and fix that. Everybody was worried that it was going to ruin Clan Boss as well, or rather that Plarium were going to come in and nerf Wixwell to the ground and nerf the crap out of him and shut down all of the Clan Boss teams, but thankfully they've stuck around, which has been an amazing quality of life boost for this account ever since. You know, so many free sacred shards and legendary tomes, and it's all because of Vaultkeeper Wixwell. Now, with big legendary champion build wins like Wixwell and like Estrid on this account, we do also have a few L's that we've got to go ahead and swallow. No better place to start than King Garrog. In fact, we'll just leave it at Garrog, man. I don't want to look at too many of the L's, but Garrog is definitely the biggest one. Yes, he's fully booked out. Yeah, I think I probably do regret it. I just did it for a joke more than anything. I pulled Garrog as how bad his ratings were. I was like, well, look, I'm very, very early game. I need another damage dealer. How bad can he be? You know, how bad can he be? He can't really be like a 2.5 into a 2.6 into Dragon's Lair, 2.5. And there's just no way that he's that bad. He is. He's terrible. Even after his recent buffs, he's still extremely, extremely underwhelming in just how his kit performs and how it actually works in practice. Not a good build. Wish I could just get him to regurgitate those skill books so I could throw them elsewhere, man. Morrigan. That was this champion's name that I forgot a little bit earlier on. But yeah, Garrog. Big regret. Now, another thing that happened for my account recently, 1 year in, at like the 1 year mark, is I finally got my first champion built out in a full protection set. Now, and the accessory is great. I mean, not really. We've got a bloody attack amulet here sitting on the Glycad. That's okay. That's the other accessories are a bit on the weak side, but you know, it's the first champion I've been able to build up in full protection gear, and so that's a lovely, lovely milestone as well. I was a little bit late when I started farming Hydra on this account because of course I was. Like 1 year ago, I played Raid for like a week before saying, you know what, man? Let's go ahead with the YouTube channel, man, and blast the hell out of this, you know? I just didn't have any... I came into this so fresh, so green, so new when I first started off the YouTube channel. Didn't have a clue what I was doing and was just learning on the fly more than anything, you know? So it's taken me a little while, but it's nice to see that the protection sets and very, very soon the stone skin sets are starting to come together. And that brings me to what we're focusing on next, because honestly, we've got a pretty saucy roster that we've put together over the past 12 months. Man, I can't believe... It's been 12 months, by the way. That's crazy, dude. What I'm going to be focusing next, though, is going to be Faction Wars. I'm very, very close to Lydia. 945 stars required. We are on 931. We are very, very close indeed. Almost all of the stages fully maxed out, apart from a few problem stages. Shadowkin, way behind. I just need to level up some of the champs a wee bit more. Just coincidentally, like I've got a couple of ally protectors in there and stuff that are just not leveled and just die, and so they just need levels. That one shouldn't be a problem. And then over on our other side as well, we've got these 3 crypts right here that just can't get 3 stars on the final boss. And that's it. Skinwalkers, I'm confident I'm going to be able to get done next time it opens. I'm not too worried about that one. Knights Revenant, I don't have a single decent damage dealer in the entire Knights Revenant faction. Minus like Thalesia, but she's like half damage dealer, half debuffer, like AoE decreased defense, stuff like that, you know. Maybe I just rebuild her in like a full Slayer set or something. and maybe that'll just get it done, you know? And Undead Hordes also shouldn't have a problem here for much longer either. I recently took Grinner, finally a reviver, up to 5 stars, and he's on his way to level 50, and I think I could just deck him out in just like a bunch of immortal gear and stuff, and with a reviver on side, Undead Hordes should be done as well. So those are like my immediate focuses. After that, honestly, it's my focus is going to turn a little bit to Cursed City, particularly hard Cursed City. I beat Emmys for the first time on normal not too long ago, but with the new hard mode Cursed City reset, there is still a lot of rooms that I just struggle on with certain factions, and there are certainly a lot of boss rooms that I struggle on as well. In fact, for example, we're up against Frostspider right here in hard mode Cursed City, and I think everybody eventually enters this kind of phase in the lifespan, I guess, of their account where I just need more options across the entire account, man. We've got to take on Frostspider here, and I'm reaching for HP burn options. I'm sitting on like a Frenzy the Cackler over here who can do the job. It's level 15, you know? I just need to widen my champion roster a hell of a lot more, man, because of all of these conditional rooms and conditional bosses where you're only able to use like certain champion types and champions from certain factions and blah 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 to take on these bosses. It becomes a huge limiting factor to, well, yeah, to not have multiple factions that are just very, very well built out with lots of options to cover lots of different scenarios. Does Alton actually have an HP burn as well? Good old Alton. The Vault Warden himself, you know what I'm saying? He always looks to me, why doesn't he have an HP burn? He's made of magma. For God's sake, look at that spear, man. He should have an HP burn in his kit, he just doesn't. He has a decreased attack debuff randomly on his A1, and then on his A2, attacks one enemy, place increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns, place a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns, equal to 20% of the max HP, if this attack kills an enemy. Oh god. And then he has a chance to revive, I think, or like a weak revive on his passive if he gets a kill. Can't we just get an HP burn on the Alton? It would solve so many of my problems. Not that I want to build him out anyway, but yeah, that is the immediate next focus of my account, man. Building out for faction wars, building wide for Cursed City, just taking a lot of these champs that are currently, like, I'm halfway through farming masteries on Lady Noelle, and she's on her way to level 60. Same with Basher, same with Firol. Same with Pan the Boarhorn, who is an epic champ that not too many people believe in, but I believe in Pan. I think that he's an underrated little egg of a champion. I've just got a lot of champs that I got to level up, man. Cheshire is waiting to go up. Bloody Hat is still sitting at level 42. I'm about to get his Perfect Soul from the Titan event. I just have time to get around to level him up yet. Queen Ava's another champ I want to take up. There's just a lot here that I've got to catch up with. And it's kind of funny, you know, looking at this main account and then looking at the free-to-play account, and it's just completely like first world problems really on this main account, you know, compared to the free-to-play where we're just struggling for resources all the time. Speaking of first world problems and just overall quality of life, we have Hydra quick battles now. Okay, you only get 5 quick battles? Oh my god. Okay, dude. I mean, I have beat the Hydra at this. I don't know why the quick battles aren't unlocked by default if you've already done that amount of damage to the Hydra in the past. You have to have done like 20 million damage to a hard Hydra. Like, we did like 100 million, man. We're good, you know, but, well, never mind. But okay, you only get 5 quick battles, so if you don't like the result, you can't just like re-roll forever, like infinitely. You might still have to manual a Hydra battle every now and again if you really want to optimize, but lovely, lovely quality of life features recently in Raid. Back in my day, we never used to have those, you know, but times are changing. Can I also say as well, I am very, very hyped that we have champion names in the Soul Collection now. Oh my god. This is going to be so helpful for me just learning who all of the legendaries are, especially like the less used legendaries, you know, that I just don't recognize so easily. Just big upgrades to the game in the recent patch, man. It's great. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. This is my quick sort of like account overview, account breakdown, I suppose, of how my account is doing 1 year in to Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sure that there's other things that I could have covered, but, well, it is what it is. We're going to leave it here, man. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you also did enjoy this one. Remember, if you're looking to start off a new Raid account in 2025, that you do so using my beginner promo link to get your hands on a free Karato Fox Hunter, as well as 3 additional epic champions as you level up your account. And you can do so by clicking on the beginner link down below at the top of the video description box, man, and creating a new account that way. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.